Should be out. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think I see what happened. So we should be online now. Thanks everyone for your patience. Very sorry for that delay. If you would, go ahead and restart all of that because they didn't get it.
Yep. So as her connection to Galana is replenished for the day, the water at the core of her being refilling through that rest, she thinks to Anala and Lucius telling her no, telling her that she is overexerting, overreaching, and doing something stupid. And feeling that fight against her own ideals and the code that she is trying so hard to follow, and the need to be a true scion and not just useless. She pulls on that connection with Lana, and her full body alights with these tattoos, and small wildflowers bloom around her feet and around Tick himself, as the water comes now not only from herself, but seemingly from the air, from the ground, and embeds itself into Tick's skin, as her eyes turn a bright blue, almost liquid. She is going to do much healing. So treat. How much? So because it's a crit, it's doubled the amount. So treat deadly wounds is, he's now, shoot, you didn't level up technically, because it would normally be.
Yeah, he hasn't leveled up yet. When he wakes up, we'll let him level.
Treat deadly wounds. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correct.
Love it.
So it's.
Thanks everyone for being patient with us. The Slobs app just completely locked, which is it's only happened once I think before. So sorry for that, and thank you for your patience.
I take him to 14 hit points.
What?
As just by standard is 7 because I exceeded the DC by 10 or more.
Tick.
And I add my levels and planes, and I add my wisdom.
Right. Tick. As you are slumbering, the dream, the stars flashing before your eyes, you suddenly come to life. You stagger to your knees, uncertain of exactly what's happened. You do see a familiar sight, which is the cleric, Anala, Naida, standing over you, wafting her hands back and forth, and clearly she has helped you.
Do I get my con back at this point?
Nope.
So I'm still feeling less than my normal.
Absolutely. Yeah, your con's not restored, but the basic hit point damage is restored, yes.
Okay. I get up and crouch to a knee. Shay, you look like you're above me again. I did not get in trouble, though. Did I?
As her eyes go from that bright, there's a slight glow to them, and it fades back to her normal blue. She lets out a long, well, you should have taken the water when I offered it to you.
I mean, maybe, but we need to find more than just a drop on my tongue.
You nearly died. Again. There's almost a harshness to it. Like
I was just sleeping, that's all. I shouldn't have fallen asleep. That's like someone just denying what just happened. Not trying to like blatantly lie, just like nope, I'm not accepting that.
Speak.
Gaslighting.
Oh!
Maybe. Like he's personally not accepting that he almost died.
Speak.
Yeah.
When you are offered water, drink it.
And when you're offered rest, take it.
She kind of seethes a little.
And he'll stand up in that moment, just emphasizing his statement, not in a harsh way, but emphasizing his statement with his sighs.
She
What?
is entirely unfazed by the like show of, oh, look how big I am. It's just like looks straight up at being like 5'6" to his 11 feet. Is this usually how you get your way? By just towering over people?
Usually my way is in an arena, and I get it by killing the other. So, no.
Uh-huh.
But, and he'll tap you on the head. It looks like we're good now. But thank you again for doing whatever you do. I feel much, much better.
Anala, you hear all of this. You see all of this. How are you feeling?
I'm just sitting there. I am trying so hard not to just openly laugh at some of the comments he's made. I'm just sitting there like, nope, no, no. She just sits there just laughing, just silently to herself. Still
it's
don't
just
like it.
gonna
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Zephatok will just come over and he seems really short in that picture. But he'll come over and just slap him on the back and good to see that you're feeling better, little brother. And he'll just give a bit of a nod to you, Nida, just an acknowledgement that you were able to heal him.
Yeah. As everybody else understands what just went down, except for the person who was unconscious.
Exactly.
Never actually seen you do it. He's just always been the recipient
Yup.
when he's unconscious.
As Nida's just going to... and she's going to sit back down. She's going to actually pluck one of the wildflowers and just very gingerly rub her fingers over the petal and lean back against the stone. And then look over to Anala. See what I find.
And having, you
And
know,
I am not...
As you do this, dawn begins to unfurl. Across the austere landscape of Athos, here in the Sea of Dark Sun, there's a delicate alchemy that transmute the darkness into light. The stillness of the night gives way to the symphony of light over the rocks. Cresting over the jagged terrain, you see Rawl growing high, emerging on the horizon. Fierce radiance coming across, heralding the start of another relentless day in the Sea of Dark Sun. Bathed in Rawl's brutal luminance, the expanse of the Badlands transforms its somber tapestry into a sea of desolation, undulating with the mirage of waves of light across the terrain. Harsh crags, stubborn tableaus. The terrain comes alive, and the sun, the stone, the sand, burnished in hues of gold and crimson. Even as its first rays light, warmth comes from the rocks. You see the wagons of the Jinda family, their bones beginning to show that ivory hue in the light, still unburied. The wind blowing across the terrain, humming with the unyielding pulse of Athos itself. Party, as dawn rises, all of you awake, what do you do?
Zephatok is going to go collect all the shells or the exoskeleton pieces that were pulled off. I'm not sure how many he pulled off last time, but he'll collect all of those.
Yeah, he had two.
2 of them.
Uh-huh.
So he'll collect those, making sure that we don't waste the effort that he put in to collect them to begin with. And he'll go over and he'll just take a look at the bones, remembering the day before the conversation with the little children. Does anyone remember what it is we're supposed to do in order to, there was some promise of water that we should probably try to collect on. We obviously need it. And perhaps bury these bones.
It would be good to put them to rest.
I'm not sure that they're awake, but yes, they should probably be buried.
Not to. Yes.
And you see Tick look over and goes, yeah, I don't think they're awake either. Yeah.
To rest is usually. You know what? Never mind.
We could probably use these shells though, and start digging. Or unless there's some other, are we supposed to do something? And he looks at the three of you, not asking this particular question to Tick. Is there something we're supposed to do to bring them back, or to these raiders that are supposed to come through?
They are, according to the parents, based on what they have seen as spirits, they have a somewhat regular raiding schedule. And
How timely of
they
them.
should be back tonight.
Oh, that's a lot of time.
Yes.
Yes, and as you say this, you see a quick flash of azure going through the rocks, and you hear a tiny voice.
Yes, we told you, Big Man, they will come tonight. Please, please, we want to be with our parents. If you will just wait and be patient, I know you're tired and thirsty, but they will have water. But we're going to hide. We will stay quiet, I promise. We will not bother you. We will be quiet. Shh, shh, shh.
It's okay, little one.
You see the flit go into the rocks.
I'm not gonna chase it. If the little spirit wants to be on its own, the little spirit can be on its own.
Lucius, you walked away. As the dawn is coming over the horizon, you hear the party talking. Are you going to continue to walk that direction, or what do you do?
He's just kind of taking a break. He's trying to decide if he's over being with these people or not. So he's just not like purposely walking back to town. But has the sun fully come up yet?
No, it's coming up. So yes, it's not fully
So
up.
before the sun gets too high into the sky, he'll probably come back. He's just kind of giving some space to himself and clearing his head a little bit.
Okay. Zephatok steps over the bones of the dead bodies. The carapaces are picked up. It is dawn, party. Again, as a DM, I have no direction for you. You tell me what you're doing.
It might be good to find shade.
Shade, and as well as, and he'll look up at the cliff, some kind of advantage of wherever they come in, but at least we know they're coming and they don't know we're here.
I'm going to go with you. Tried that yesterday, and it did not go particularly.
There's lots of options. They don't have to be up there, although I don't know what happened. That should have not happened, but there are many options to ambush.
Yes.
If there was a bush, we could hide behind it and ambush from behind a bush, but there are none here.
Are the like groan is visible on her face. Are there any particularly large rock outcroppings around us?
Yeah, so if you're looking at the screen, you can see both the overhead view you should still see on the OBS Ninja, or if you're looking at the Twitch, everything you see on that is as it is. So let me show our audience here. So we have, this is Tick, the half giant. This is Inala. This is Nida here. This is Lucius. And this is Zephitalk. All of these minis printed and painted by Patrick Fraley17 in the chat. In terms of terrain, you see the 2 wagons. This wagon was the one that was repaired. You guys remember you pulled a wheel off of one and created a full wagon. This wagon is actually usable here. This is the wagon that's been destroyed. Here are the bones of the Jinda family lying on the ground, and you have a rock here, you have a bit of a rock here, you can see rocky outcroppings to the side, to the side, and then you see here the cliffs on either side. Just like you saw on Tailspire, they are physically rendered here on the table.
And the cliffs are very similar in structure to how it was when Tick tried to climb it last time, correct? There aren't like ledges.
I mean, every place you go is slightly different. It's not a usable wagon, Manda, but you have tried to place the wheel on it. I'm sorry, I should have been clearer. You have tried to repair the wagon, flipped it over. You want to try to pull it, you can, but it's the 2 wheels were different sizes. That was the main issue.
Nida's going to look at a few of these rock structures, seeing that Tick is actually smaller than some of them, amazingly.
Hard to believe.
Well, perhaps the best way to ambush is to lead them into some sort of trap. Perhaps something that they might view as easy.
Oh, you know, we could put a Nala out there. She appears easy to attack, but I know she has strength. We have talked about this.
It's a glare from Anal. But then like, oh, he means it nice, but fuck you. Something like that. Some way that you lead them to believing that it is safe, or that they do not need to have their guard as up. And she's going to turn back to Anala. Similar to what we encountered outside of Tick. It's outside of Tyr.
Tyr.
But, you know, actually deadly this time.
Yes, that's why Anola.
Did we break Manda?
You see, her silence just shows her strength.
She is so modest. At the very least, Tick, you do not seem unassuming unless you appear dead.
Yeah, my point. Maybe, and he'll look up at the cliff again and look back. Perhaps Zephitalk and Lucius and I could find outcroppings of. Well, I don't have anything I could throw rocks, but perhaps we could find other advantages because, you know, look over at Lucius. We do not look like a good target.
Lucius isn't back yet.
No. He'll still look at him, even though he's in the distance. Like, he didn't just take off a long ways. You're still in the visible distance, right?
Yeah, you can see him.
Yeah, right?
But he, off in the
Out of
distance.
sight.
In the distance. Or did you go? You went around. No, you can't see him.
Oh.
I can see the look on Becca's face. Lucius has vanished.
Well, I look in the direction where he went, but not at him.
Looking up at the edge of the cliff, do there appear to be any big bouldery type things, things that might look loose that could be brought down to the ground to kind of create a funnel, a choke point?
A funnel or choke? No. So the ground here, the Badlands have been etched away by time, wind, sand, soil, or water. There is nothing. I mean, there are small rocks you could tip over. As you look up to your left, you can see there's a rock here, which looks like perhaps it could be tipped over. But you do notice that here, as opposed to where you were several hundred yards back, there are more ledges than what Tick scaled a very sheer surface. Here, you can see there's a bit of a ledge that can be scrabbled up if you wish to. You do see also there is a rocky outcropping here and here. So there are more time. If you want to take your time and scrabble up either side, there are ways to do this which would not be as challenging as what Tick tried to do initially.
Excellent.
Rory, we're just gonna say no, okay? No. You should not try and climb.
No is fair.
All right. Looking back at, we moved a lot. So it would be hard to see. Anida is not a tactician. Not dumb, but she's not a battle-worn tactician.
Sure.
Does it look like there's either side looks more like, oh, here's cover that people would have like bows and try and shoot downwards?
Oh, very good question.
A lot of the stuff overnight, I don't think there would really be a lot of like evidence about which direction these raiders had come from.
No, it's a very good question. So, you know they're not coming from behind you because you came from Tyr. You were told they would be coming from the direction that you're headed. So they would be coming, again, let's show the channel here. If you are, pull this one up. So you came from this direction. So where you saw Lucius go, this is the direction the raiders had come from previously, and you were told by the Jinda family specters that this was the direction they would come from. In terms of cover, you can see there's pretty ample cover on both sides. You see there are rocks, scrubs, bits of, as I said earlier, pitiful bits of plant life clinging to the soil. Where there's shade, you see here and here, they are clinging to the shade, growing bits of, some of it's desiccated, dead, and dry, but some of it has light verdancy to it, struggling to survive inside the heat of Rawl. And now the sun is about halfway up the, not halfway up the right, but like half the sun is over the edge of the horizon. It's truly getting light now.
Yeah. And up top there appear to be like, there are stones. Are there stones that Tick could two-hand palm and throw at people?
Oh, everywhere. Yeah, those are everywhere here.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not even displayed on the map because these are the Badlands. So there are bits of rock. You can move 5 feet and find a rock you could throw.
Chick is just watching you look around, contemplate different things.
Oh, it's 1,000%. She keeps looking up and being like, is there a better option?
He is very much a tactician. He fights. That's what he's done
Yeah.
his whole life, and he's just like waiting, looking, waiting. Because like he's not dumb. He knows that you've healed him. He's just always unconscious when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just waiting.
Yeah. Maybe the amount of times he's been unconscious should be a sign.
All right, so party. I'll put this in strictly tactical terms. You have a choice now. You can take the day, you can flee. As a group, you have no requirement to stay here. If you wish to try to fulfill the request of the Jinda family, their children, and the parents, you can. You have, presumably, based on what they told you, but no guarantee, a few hours to do this during the day. Tick, you need to roll your hit points. Tell us about your skills, feats, because you have leveled up now because you got rest. Or you can set up an ambush here, you can create a combat scenario, or you can just move on. It is up to this party. I need the party to tell me what they're doing.
Vic is in favor of staying, and he's in favor of a ambush from the cliffs. Even spread out. If more of us go up top and kind of spread out, if they ambush from the top, which it doesn't sound like they will, we still have the advantage.
You were told something.
Well, yes. Good point. Yeah.
What were you told? I won't repeat it. Okay, never mind. Move on.
I don't remember. I remember there's something about the top.
See, like I don't just like
That's
throw.
why-
You have to like I.
Yes, that's why Tick went up there. Tick went up there because of Lucius, but there was that kind of warning. But still, if they're up top, we're not down below in the bucket. But if they're down below and we're up top, like either way, it's a win-win for us to be up top.
All of you?
So, well,
Okay.
that's up to the group. Tick is just saying at least some of us should be up there.
All right, so you got to play you and Zeph, and I would like the party in the next few minutes, give you 5 minutes to tell me what you're doing, because we want to move this forward so you have the proper planning. Are you agreeing to stay here? Are you moving on? Are you setting up an ambush? Are you going to leave them behind? Go back to tier, move ahead forward, go left, right? This is your world, but you must make a choice.
How many? Because Nida would be kind of aware of how far away Silver Springs is, as that is where she.
You're still 2 days from Silver Springs.
Cool.
Could Lucius have climbed the rock face at where he was at?
You could try.
Yeah, Lucius would like to try and climb the rock face where he's at.
All right. So you're next to. So you have a bit of an outcropping here. You're gonna have to make 2 d20 rolls, and give me the d20 plus your climb skill.
Oof, that. Okay.
Here is Lucius, as printed and painted by Fraley. He's got his loot and his sexy abs.
I rolled an 18 and I have a 0 pluses.
All right. Oh, you have a 0 plus. All right, that's good. So you're about 10 feet from now the top level. So you've gotten here from that rocky outcropping. Now you've got the most difficult part here. This is a fairly sheer surface you're trying to grow up at this point. So there are fortunately handholds and bits of escarpment that you can grab onto. However, many of them are flaky and will break away. So this is an important roll. You've already seen this from Tick.
I rolled another 18.
Another 18.
Thank God. I did not want to.
You dexterously scrabble up, and as you get to the top, Lucius kind of turns around backward, so he's actually front-facing as he pulls up, and you see him flex the pecs and the abs as he leans up the rocky escarpment and stands atop, easily scaled. Looks down at Tick like, what?
Nala's gonna scale up there too.
All right, Anala, 2 rolls.
Lucius will make his way back to where the party is because he climbed a ways away. So he'll make his way back up there and kind of like look down at them when he gets to them.
Okay, so I have Lucius here, looking down at the party. Anala, first roll.
That is a 15.
And to be clear, you're leaving Nida behind.
Inside.
Nida cannot climb that.
No, I'm just out. You're leaving. Oh, so, all right. So 15 on the first roll.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what I'm adding.
Yeah. With your climb skill. Do you have a climb bonus?
Which is
It's
what?
a strength bonus.
No, there's a climb skill in Pathfinder. It should be on your character sheet. It is modified by strength, but you have a climb skill. If you have no points on it, it would just be your strength modifier.
It's +1. I think.
+1. All right, so 16. You scrabble up the first 10 feet off that base rock. Bits flake off from the edge, but you hold on to it. You look up, they're 10 feet ahead of you. You see the shadow of Lucius standing above you, and make your roll for the second 10 feet.
20.
Okay. You easily, and you are the lightest next to, not the lightest, I think that, well, you and Knight are competing for that. You flip up to the edge and come to the top of the rocky outcropping, just a few feet away from Lucius.
Zeph attack. With them on the other side, are the two of you going to stay down here, or should I go on the opposite side of them?
Well, I don't have the ability to climb that. I'm confident in many skills, And I'm very confident that I do not possess that one.
What about then if, with them up top, perhaps we can find an outcropping where Tick and I can take opposite sides if, I believe, as you said, they saw a vulnerable target in...
I'm imagining Zeb just looking at Nida like, look, a vulnerable target.
That's kind of what he's...
Yeah. Oh, she's picking up on that.
perhaps if you were, by the wagon or something, we could defend you from the sides as they defend you from up top.
I have ways of making it so that I am much harder to hit, much
And
harder to harm.
And I can also send my locust here out to take a little bit
Scrit.
Grit.
Right.
Definitely a different word was in my head, so I didn't say it. So I could send Scrit out, and he could take a little bit of a scouting trip for us from time to time.
Well, that would be helpful. And she says this next bit very quietly, knowing Anala's further away. I do make the best bait.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah,
You do bring water in a desert, so yes, I do believe you would.
I also bring bait that usually doesn't... I'm usually worth more alive than dead.
Oh, so we got extra time. And he'll kind of like wink and say, let's find some outcroppings. As Chick and Zephytov will look, do they see any areas where they could hide on opposite sides and be hidden from the way they believe the raiders would be coming?
Yeah, so there's a rock, if I'm understanding, there's a good-sized rock here around the wagons, stepping over the bones of the Jinda family. This rock you could hide to either side of, if that's what you're asking, and
As
you're
long as
presuming
where the raiders are coming.
yeah, you're presuming they're so what you understand, they're coming from the direction that you see here, this distance, which I'm showing. So they're coming from this way. You came from the opposite way. So you came from the way that I'm showing here.
Yep.
You came from this way. You're understanding they come from the opposite direction.
And then ideally, if possible, if not, then as long as they're both covered behind that rock, that would be fine. But ideally,
Yeah, you
they
can.
be on opposite sides.
Yeah, you have two sides here. Let me look at the.
Opposite sides of the whole opening of the whole path. Not
I'm not
just opposite sides of the rock, but opposite sides of the pathway.
Oh, so you want one to be facing the direction that the enemy might come from?
Like, they're going to opposite sides of the canyon.
Oh, well then, okay, so there is, I'm sorry, so there is the wagon here. One of you could go behind the wagon. That would be the opposite side.
Probably Zephytok.
All right, so Zephytok moves behind the wagon. You, Tick, go behind the rock. Is that the plan?
That is the plan with
You
Nida.
could also go
in the
behind the
open.
rock that's a bit further away from where they would be coming. It's a little larger, and
This one back here.
the one...
Look at the Twitch stream. The Twitch stream will show you this different angle. So you're going behind this rock. Is that correct?
Then
Nida
would be up by the other wagon, so she's clearly in their view. And
Yeah,
then
I'm in full view. I'm not hiding.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. All right, so you're going here between the two wagons,
Bait.
fully in view.
yes, there we
Nida's
go.
going to be doing a little burial ritual for the dead people. And then Tick could either be... is Tick, from where Nida is Tick hidden by that rock? Or is it
No,
like
you can
a
see him.
Cartoon.
No, you can see him. So like, no, here's the angle. So he's hidden from anyone coming from this direction, but you can see him from where you're at. That's a clear angle.
Well, she would move back and like walk to where they would be coming and try and be like, are these two big boys actually hidden, or are we just like children trying?
Oh, I see what you're at. Okay, yes. So you turn here. Yeah, so you can see them from where you're at, but someone coming from further down, no. They would have to get where you are to see them. If they're back here, they can't see them. You have the angle because you're so close. right? So this is like a triangle here. So this triangle, you can see them, but if someone's coming from further down this way, they would not see them. They're hidden.
Cool. The knight is going to kind of bring the bones of the parents and the children in front of that cart towards where we expect people to come, so that as she's doing, like, burying, she wants to make herself look busy, so that she's unsuspecting, but very near that cart, so if things go down, she can dart behind the cart. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
All right. Lucius, anything else you wanted to do?
Lucius is just kind of just chilling out. He's just kind of.
Hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Okay. You're right, Dirty Dwarf. Perfect for that.
Inala is going to be kind of in line with Nida from up on the cliff and crouching down, so it's harder to see her, but directly in line with her so that she has eyes on her the entire time.
Okay. So I have you then, you move forward here to this rocky outcropping. You see some scrub brush above you. You're now directly in line with Nida as she is performing the burial ritual.
And she's just going to be turned just slightly so that the way they're coming is not completely blind to her. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So you turn, you place one hand on the rock. Rough, it's already beginning to warm from the light of roll. The wind blows across. You feel the sense of portent. You know something comes later this day. The sun rises in the sky. 2 hours pass. Nida, as you're performing the burial ritual, please describe that for us. What are you doing?
Nida knows she doesn't know what sort of faith or whatnot that these individuals may have been in, so it's very generic. It's not necessarily tied to Galana, it's not tied to her own faith. It's more of a providing their bones rest, and she's very carefully digging out a shallow grave because she doesn't really have the capability to go much deeper than that. She is digging a relatively shallow grave, and basically putting them to rest under the ground, away from the bleaching sun.
Be careful with Mommy. She's so sweet. Be careful with her, please.
I will be most careful. Is there anything that would help her find rest?
Do you have any dollies? Mommy liked to play with dollies with me. If you have a dolly, she would like that.
It emanates from the rocks. You see, just again, that briefly, they're hiding. They are participating with you in what's happening. So these ghosts, which were so prevalent, these specters, which confronted and engage with you, now they are hiding as you are hiding, but their voices emanate from the rocks.
I do not have one on me, but I can try and make her one. And I'm gonna look for any sort of scrub that I can like lash a little bit of rope and make a like really, really crude stick.
Okay, all right.
It's not gonna be pretty, but it's going to, the sentiment. It's the thought that counts. And as she's going about doing this, is going to just be talking to this little spirit.
Make your craft roll, please.
Excellent. The ugliest stick. That's a 1.
A 1? You rolled a nat 1? All right, what do I do with that? That's a tough one for the DM.
Stick.
Okay, all right. So you craft something. Even as you do it, you know, but it's
Like
probably good enough.
disintegrates.
Yeah.
As the day goes on and time has passed and it gets later to the day, then Lucius will hide.
Okay.
He's just in the meantime, he's just kind of hanging out, sitting on the edge of the cliff, like dangling his legs.
Dangling his legs over the cliff.
Do. Just kind of like hanging out. But as it gets later in the day, when we're anticipating the raiders, that's when he'll like get up and go hide behind a rock.
All right, so let's play it that way. You guys tell me anything you're doing earlier in the day. Tick, you still have to roll for hit points, right? And you have to tell us what you did for your level up. So tell us about your feats, any skills you've done, and then we'll roll for hit points, and then we'll move on with the preparation for the day before night begins to come. Full day is passing here. Go ahead, Tick.
I rolled an 8 for HP.
Nice.
And
with your con bonus, that's a total of a plus.
Well, with my current con bonus, a total of...
No, it's not your current. It's your regular con bonus.
My con is 18, so that's a plus 4, right? So plus 12.
Yep. Plus 12, very nice.
And then I only get 2 skill points. That is super weird for me. But
Yeah.
that went into intimidation. I believe they both went in there. And then I took... here's the feat. The feat is dodge. Plus 1.
Very nice. Very helpful. Well done. Okay. So, yeah, you create such a horrific stick monstrosity that even the spirits flee in terror. Well said, Alexander. We'll figure it out. Something's going to happen. Can't roll a 1 on that, Nat. This is horrible, Ashlyn.
Yeah. Well, she would have had this said this while making the abomination, but would have asked the little spirit, "Are you stuck in this area, or can you move a bit further?"
What do you mean a bit further? We can play. We can run and play, but we don't want to leave Mommy and Daddy to go too far.
No, I'm not asking you to leave them. But if you want to help, you could help tell us if anyone is coming.
Oh, you mean
spies.
like hide and seek? Like we hide, and if they come, we tell you?
Yes.
We can do that, yes.
Excellent.
Okay, Thomas will go. Thomas, you can do that, yes?
And you see the brief movement of that azure shadow across the rock moving toward the west. East. All right.
I'm gonna continue making this stick monstrosity.
All right, party. It's getting late in the. Is anyone doing anything? Are you guys tell me what you're doing? Are you waiting here? You're staying in shade as much as you can, consuming rations, any remaining water, any spells, any preparation beyond location? What are you doing?
Lucius will be sleeping. He'll be catching some thieves.
Lucius chills in the shadow.
He's conserving his energy for when he has to fight the raiders.
Well played. Those abs consume energy, so.
For the most part, same for Tick and Zepatok. They will, being the creatures they are, they will gather up, especially Tick, larger stones, a good size, small boulders, but not exerting too much of their time or energy. Just getting, a good 5 to 10 of these, a good 10 of them each in their little alcove, their hiding spots, and then trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible.
All right. And so it is. As you prepare, the brutal sun rises high in the sky as it traverses into the west, and there is a powerful heat that emanates from the rocks, baking in the sun. Once again, resting in shade. Everyone needs water. All humans and elves resting in shade need 1 gallon of water this day. Who has a gallon of water and who does not?
During this time, because we have that's actually nope. I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna drink my water later.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna need that spell slot.
So you go into a -2 now because you were missing a gallon yesterday.
Yep.
All right. And so your constitution, as you are now keeping shade as much as you can, but the heat wicks away moisture, you lose 2 points of constitution.
Okay.
What about you, Lucius?
I have a half a gallon because I gave the rest of mine to Tick.
All right. Do you consume that half gallon, or?
What was that, Amanda?
Tick drank all your water. Nida was the only one who had water left.
Oh, I thought Nida made us some more.
I made half a gallon. That's in. She would have given Anala.
Okay, never mind. I have no water. Sorry.
You have no water.
Is that minus from the modifier from the total?
From the total. It's from the total. Yeah, so if you had a 12 constitution, you lost 2, you go to a 10 constitution, you go from a +1 to a +0 on your modifier. Okay, so you, Lucius, lose 4 points of constitution. This is now 2 days. You have been substandard with water, and even though you rest and shade as much as you can, the sun rising, it is late spring now here in the Sea of Dark Sun. It is 130 plus degrees Fahrenheit as the sun reaches its zenith and goes across. Now you move to the leeward side of the rock, trying to stay in shadow, but you feel the moisture being sapped from your skin, your body weakening. Ergo, Annie, again, if you drop from a 14 to a 10, you had a +2 on your hit points. With that 14, you go to a +0. Remove those from your hit points. That is now part of your structure in terms of your health. You...
I have a 7.
You are at a
I
7.
now have a 7. I had a 9.
Okay, so you are now at a minus. Is that 7's -2? I think.
-2.
-2. So remove -2 per level. You're still first level, right?
Yep.
You close to second level?
Almost.
Oh, Mo, you're so close. All right, so you lose 2 hit points. You and Nala,
I have no water.
you have no water.
A gallon.
Nope. You have half a gallon.
No, you took it. I don't have my water skin. You did not give it back to me.
I would have traded the water. I wouldn't have left Anala with no water.
This is Dark Sun. My players are arguing over water, except the opposite direction. They're trying to give each other water.
You would still have half because she would have just left hers. Basically, she picked up one of the 2 water.
Well,
it was the one that she filled.
Lando, they were told they did have water, but we shall see. By the way, much of the music you're hearing tonight is from Joffrey of Dice Songs, the Storycaster. You're going to hear more of it. Great music. Thank you so much for all your help. Sam, everyone, thank you for all the chat. Yes, water is in short supply. The half gallon, either way, wouldn't matter. So I have a system. It is based on full water ration, 3/4, half, 1/4, or not at all. And that is how your hit points are being rolled, or probably your con points are being rolled here. You, Anala, ouch. You lose 3 con points. Your frame is small. You're slender. You are being emaciated. You're feeling the sapping of strength. Where's your con at now?
I'm at a 10 con.
A 10. All right, so you lost 1 hit point from this. Tick.
Tick doesn't have any, and I think Zephatok he must have at least 1 gallon.
All right, so Tick, as you wait this day,
5 gallons?
you need 4 gallons to rest in shade.
Close.
Yeah, you need 4 gallons to rest in shade. You don't have it. So you lose, oh my gosh. Oh, that was a horrible roll.
Hi.
Rory, you lose 5 more points of con.
5 more, so that's...
Yeah, the average human
on my con.
can go 3 days without water. Right? That's like, you cannot go without water extended time. But I think it's like 3 days. I think the old, like, it's not hard and fast medical rule, but like 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. you can live longer than that, but that's kind of a good rule of thumb. In Athos, you now have gone 2 straight days with minimal water as a half giant, including 1 day of heavy exertion. What is your current con?
My current con is down 11, so I am at 7.
You're at a 7 con. Are you still conscious?
Oh, I forgot to look at that. Yes, because of my level up.
Okay, because you're level up. All right. All of you gripping against the rocks, sheltering as much as you can, seeking all the shade you can, feeling the water, the moisture being wicked from your very forms. Anyone have anything else you're doing before
Heavens no.
dusk comes?
Hey, Rory, you did have 1 gallon of water.
Yeah, he said minimal water.
Yeah, that still puts him in the less than a quarter. So it helped. It helped. It would have been worse with no water, but yes. All right.
Lucius is contemplating licking the sweat off of his companions for water. He's had to do worse in life. He's had to do worse.
He has. Well, those stories are coming. Wait till you hear Lucia's stories. They are pretty crazy.
Just say he's had to lick worse. So.
Stop it, Amanda. Stop it. We don't need volunteers for that. All right. So, as you wait, as you hide in the rocks, as you feel your life force ebbing away, eventually Rawl begins to bleed into the horizon, a full day having passed, giving way to the eerie tranquility of dusk. The sandy wastes seem to hold their breath, and then the quiet is broken with a subtle disturbance. First, you hear a voice.
I think they're coming. I see them. Shh, shh, shh. They're coming.
And then a rhythmic bouncing of equipment, muffled by the thud of a single beast of burden lumbering in the distance, and then soft boots crunching in the sand. As each of you peer around your rocks, you can see emerging from the afternoon shadows a motley group of figures appear. One mounted on a crowloo which lumbers on its 2 feet, his tattered garments blowing in the wind. He is flanked by 2 soldiers, one with a spear, one with an axe. They move rotely, coming as they always do. I would ask Anala and Lucius, please roll d20 and add your perception.
I rolled a 19 and
Oh.
I have a +6 for perception.
Anala, even as you see the single rider appearing, flanked by 2 warriors, you see there is a spearman appearing atop the rocks here, moving across on the opposite side. Nida, as have you dragged out the burial ritual all day long, or have you?
She mostly did the burial ritual, like did the hard labor to start, and now is just like dragging it on. It's mostly finished, and she just looks as if she's praying. And
Okay.
as soon as she gets into that stance as soon as she hears hears Thomas's voice, and then goes full into she's going to draw attention so that whoever happens to be around is not paying attention to other people in that area potentially.
Okay.
and very just saccharine sweet.
Roll d20 for me, please. Give me your base roll.
What was it?
D20, and just give me your base roll.
It's an 18 on the die.
18. You see another one, unsightable by Lucius and Anala atop the rocks, because this raider is actually beneath the outcropping here. They can't see him, but you can see him as he creeps behind that rock. So there are a total of 5 now that you can
Do
see.
I see the spearman on the top?
With that 18, actually, no, I'm looking at the angle. You cannot see him. No.
Cool. Cool.
You don't see the spearman. You see the 3 in the front. You see the 1 on the left. You do not see the spearman atop. Whereas Tick and Zeph, you see the 3 approaching. Tick and Zeph, roll, please. Each of you, your perception.
Okay. For Tick's perception, I take it we're not using the new system yet.
Not yet. Nope. That's going to come after the grappling.
For Tick, it's a 3.
Okay. And for Zeph?
For Zeph, gotta make a switch. For Zeph, it's a 14.
Okay. Tick, you see nothing. But
Rockin' way.
you really never do. But you do watch Nida. You see her react. You know those 3 are coming. So you're aware of those. Those are the only 3 you're aware of in the front. Zeph can see those 3. And with that 14, he sees the shadow of the one atop on the right. Here, let me switch the screens here for the viewers. So he sees the shadow of this one. So
Just not the 4th one.
yeah, he does not see. Only Nida sees this one behind this rock over here on this, which even you can't see this, viewers, from this angle because he is hidden here. This man is only visible to Nida as he creeps behind the rock. As Nida completes her ritual, the center one. Go ahead.
She's going to fully stand up to her not particularly tall height, and walk a few steps forward in very open arms, like, "Good evening," and is going to very directly look at 1, 2, 3, and is going to look towards the 4th one that she can see, trying to, if anybody's watching her, so that they see, oh look, there's someone over there. But in a very hello, how are you?
The lead.
Ilana greets you.
The lead pulls up on the Crodlu, and for just showing this to folks, look how cool this is. This guy again, thank you, Patrick. This is a Crodlu with the mounted rider, and you were given the name. I'm sure but it was Kraugal was the name of the lead of the Tattered flag, and this mini. Printed and painted by Patrick, thank you. He pulls the reins back on the Crodlu. Its beak yanks back, and you hear a gravelly voice. Aye, what have the sands brought to us? A delectable delight. Come hither, young miss. We would speak with you a bit. And with that, we go to our one and only break tonight. Blue Box will be right back. Let's go.
Okay, potty break. Thank
Potty
you.
break. Grab some coffee. Coffee time. That's right.
This is gonna go so well.
It's gonna go so well. I hope. Maybe not so much. We'll see.
I'm totally gonna
We're gonna die.
I love
All
the
good.
reassuring tone there.
Son of a-
Oh, no, he didn't. Did he take his headset off?
You did.
Oh, yeah. Do we think of a intentional fall from this height would kill me?
Yeah, it will. It
Probably,
almost killed
and
me.
also, you guys went up there. Do either of you have anything that you can
Throw, shoot.
I have
Yeah.
daggers.
You know, like
I
boulders
have an
that can be
obsidian
thrown
dagger.
from my hand. I fall once. Once.
Oh goodness.
Uh, I
was
do
thinking
have
that as soon as you
script,
guys went up, but Nida wouldn't think of it, so I didn't say it.
I mean, Tick was trying to say it. Y'all just won't let him climb anymore.
I wasn't gonna stop you. I don't think I physically can.
But Skrit can do stuff, and Zephytok can do things, and Tick has 10 large boulders to throw. Small
Excellent.
boulders.
Everything I have is non-damaging.
And I don't know if you guys would have seen this yet or not, just kind of like as we've been together doing things. But being a fighter, he does have different skills, tactile skills that can be used too.
Good. Great.
That puts him in the heart of combat, but he has it.
Now, when I say intentional fall, though, I have a planned landing.
Great.
Do you have feather fall also? You're like 40 feet up, just so you know. You're like 40, 45 feet up.
Well, I don't necessarily have to be 40 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
I have secrets.
Okay,
But
okay.
Your secrets.
without revealing it to the chat, I did put in our chat what my plan was.
I don't see it. Oh. I mean, that would be cool. I thought about that too, because I actually do have something different than yours, I'm sure. But, or no, it's a feat that I was thinking about taking. But it would probably kill me if I did that, because I'm sure yours is more suitable for that. It's freaking hard to play. What's his name? Tick. Like, Gimbal was the easiest for me. It's all illusion-based magic, but fighters are they're a different beast. Trying to remember his maneuvers and things like that. I don't know. Spells are just easier. They're more tactile because it's more just like screw their terrain up. Night story caster of dice songs. Night, Joffrey. I had to read that to figure out who that was. What else do we got going on here?
This is where I
Coffee
start off
time.
with casting Sanctuary on myself.
Yeah.
Please don't hit me.
Ashlyn, the picture I sent you, is there supposed to be a range on that? Because I don't see it.
Give me a sec.
Of your plan?
It's something that
Or
would help.
different else?
Yeah.
Where did you send it? Oh, there.
Where?
Doesn't have a... Nope, doesn't have a range.
So I should, in theory, be able to.
In theory,
just-
yeah. I would say as long as I'm within sight.
Which
As
I
long as
purposely
John doesn't change it.
made. Yeah. That's the big thing.
That
Um,
happens.
Because aid another doesn't have a range, does it?
Oh, it depends on how you're aiding, right? So, like, if for example, Skrit was to fly up and start trying to just aid, so he has to be in the area to be distracting. But there's different kinds of aids. But if that's just one example, so then he would have to be in the area.
Mine gives her a bonus.
And then maybe not, you know, 'cause it's not
Gives her a bonus to AC, but it does not say that there's
a
a
range.
range on it.
Yeah, that sounds fair to me.
That would be a John question.
John,
Yes.
does one ability that I have that we discussed that only affects Nida, I don't see any range on it.
I thought I gave you range.
Not for that
No,
one.
not
it's
that.
for the Kin Guardian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll role play it. Actually, I know I gave you one for the other thing, but.
No, I know the range for the other thing. That's...
Yeah. Okay. Trying not to say too much, but yes.
Secrets.
Secrets, all kinds of secrets. All right, are we ready? Becca, I'm so mad at you. Like, I am typically ready to go to bed. Just kill it, be done 3 hours. This would be a night I would play for 6 hours. I'm feeling so much of this story. I have so much more story to tell, and I want to play.
With the Minnesota State Board, okay?
I know, like we're gonna
exam tomorrow. Then I have the skills exam on Thursday.
Okay, so let's just. No, I'm not mad at you. So let's agree. Like we're gonna do a GHA Book 3 Sea of Dark Sun marathon on some Saturday sometime. Like we're just gonna figure out a time where we can all. I haven't played like a 6-hour game since I was in my 20s, and I feel like
I'm down.
Yeah, I think we should do this.
Starting next week.
What's that?
We work 3 days a week. We can do anything.
Starting next week?
Starting next week, I work 3 days a week.
Oh, let's go!
Well, I work 12 hours those 3 days.
Greg, I come to your house.
So.
All right, here we go. A dangerous combat is unfolding, and we come back now to Book 3 of Sea of Dark Sun, Episode 5, The Tattered Flag. And, of course, the Tattered Flag Raiders, they are nefarious indeed. Leading the procession is Kraglau, the one spoken of. He pulls the Crodlu in as he speaks those words to Nida. His eyes are hardened, chips of agate in his skull. They speak of a life shaped by brutality, not choice, survival. He's clad in patchwork chitin armor, draped with a cloak that comes over his shoulders made from the tanned hide of one unfortunate Erdlu. He carries an air of rugged authority. At his side is a bone weapon forged from the jawbone of a large predator. Sharp teeth etched out, ready for a vicious bite. Worn leather boots hardened by years of travel on his feet. He lifts that agate gaze. Come hither, youngling. Let's have a chat.
Oh, see, I am in the middle of a bit of a ceremony over here. In fact, I could use your assistance, if you would not mind.
Did you hear that, boys? He slaps the man next to him. She said ceremony. Ceremony, yes. I'm all for ceremonies. Come here. Let's talk about them, shall we?
Like I said, I am in the middle. It is considered quite rude to just walk away from one.
Oh,
You are
forbid.
welcome to come and join me.
Forbid that I should be rude. Rude? Oh, no, never I have. But it would be rude to resist an invitation, would it not?
I know, and I have given you one.
No, I'm giving you one. Come here.
Ah, yes, but you are both refusing my invitation and being rude about the ceremony. Therefore, allow me to finish. As Nida's now going to just walk back, she's not turning her back to him. She didn't step very far. She's walking back to the small grave and is just going to kneel by it, keeping them in her peripheral vision, and is going to appear like she is muttering like some sort of ritual or some sort of prayer.
It's a battle of manners.
John?
Yes.
Instead, she is casting virtue on herself for just one more temp hit point.
As Tick is hearing the conversation between the two, recognizing the suggestion of the individual, but not necessarily peering out, to not be seen, grabbing one of those small boulders, holding it in both hands, getting a nice firm grip on it. Do I have an idea? I know I'm not looking, but do I have an idea of how far he is from when I did see him?
No. You can peer around that rock. So let's look at this. So you're looking at. They're about 60 feet away currently.
What would I know from my throwing ability? Like,
You could
is that
throw a rock.
long?
I mean, you could throw a rock 60 feet easy. Yeah. Now, accuracy is going to be tough, but you can do that.
Okay, so knowing she's a lot closer, but
Yeah, she's about not quite half the way.
with whatever, I'll just say it like this. Next time he speaks, I want to throw the rock at his face. So hearing the conversation, hearing his suggestion, not really fully seeing it all as clear as if I was right there, but it boils up in Tick. Tick always, like, you don't attack things that can't protect themselves, and just the innuendos, the suggestions being made, it just builds up inside of him as he grips that rock harder and harder. Next time he speaks, he'll get a rock to the face.
All right. Come here, little one. No more time to talk. Roll for initiative.
Anyone else rolling? Who's rolling?
You're rolling. You chose to throw the rock. You're rolling. I've got a cocked on the die. I've got a what is that?
You better not time me.
No, I probably didn't. These blue die are so hard to see. This is a 5 on the die.
You tied me.
All right, roll again. On this one, I have a 2. That's easy to see.
Yeah, I got a 4.
All right, so you have initiative.
Right. So Tick is going to then stand up, making sure that he is not encumbered by this big rock in front of him. He's going to grab his boulder and throw it as hard as he can right at this individual.
Roll to hit. They leap forward. These two on the side and the main Crodlu rider lunging toward Nida.
And that's just going to be plus my strength modifier, right?
Yeah, and your base attack bonus, yes.
Basic attack bonus. Sorry, strength plus base attack bonus? Because my strength
Yes.
is plus 6. Okay, so 8 on top of that, so 25 to hit.
You throw your rock. Are you aiming at the mount or the rider?
The rider. I don't care about the mount.
All right. You throw the rock. It is a strong and accurate throw. You kind of lean over the wagon. You see the bones of the Jindu family beside you. As you hurl this rock, you see it sail true. Thunk! It slams into that lead rider on the Crodlu and roll damage.
And what are we using for a rock?
So it'd be D4 plus your strength. Yeah, you get the strength bonus on that because it's a missile weapon, but thrown with your arm, so you got full strength.
10 points. You got a 4 plus 6.
Wow. All right, so I've got to make a check to see if he even stays on his mount.
Like, no, his chest is collapsed.
Ah, you hammer 10 points.
And you'll hear just a bellowing yell from Tick as he just throws the boulder.
Thunk. You see it hits his shoulder. He pulls back on the mount. He falls off. He's knocked off the mount from that blow. He slams to the ground. And the Crodlu continues to run. Goes off to the side. Pecks. And now we're going to run what Josh has told us to do, which is the roleplay based initiative. So you guys tell me in the order you go. Unless I'll tell you if it's like a spell or something that takes longer, but you guys can tell me if it's something you're going to do immediately, you can do it.
Which side does the creature run to?
Oh, good question. So it runs to the left. So it spins off in this direction, moving behind.
Nida's waiting for what she assumes is everybody doing the attack. Now that someone has thrown something,
Yeah, it's coming.
because all of her things are spells, so she's gonna have to be last.
And did the knowledge just go?
You just
No, I
hear
just asked.
a lute strum from the top. It's like getting ready, just a lute strum, and then just continuing with the melody. Background music.
And what's the lute strumming?
All right, picture Tenacious D. Not quite like as hardcore, but like Tenacious D vibes. Like it's where we're at right now. We're amping up.
All right.
Zephatok, you said he notices the one above him. He sees the shadow on the ground.
Yes.
So he will give a gentle caress, a pet to his locust as he waves it up and have the locust fly up to that one. I don't see any.
It will not work unless you give me his name. I've told you 3 times tonight. Give me his name.
Script.
All right, good. All right, so Scrit flies up.
And I don't have stats on him, so I don't know if he can actually push, but my attempt would be for Scrit to pester him, push him, nudge him, run into his face, try to get him to move towards the ledge or off the ledge
This man here on the right.
on top of the cliff.
Yes, that.
This one, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right, so Scrit flies up,
Yes.
and he lofts from your shoulder. What do you do, Tick?
You mean Zephatok?
Yes, Zeph.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if those were 2 different actions for Zep.
Yeah, like telling that he can do that, but Zeph needs to move.
Okay, sweet. He will. He will cast a spell, and the spell that he's casting is. It's called Burning Sands. You cause sheets of hot sand to spread over the ground in an area of an effect. The layer of the sand is 1 foot deep and constantly shifts and kerns, transforming the ground into the area into difficult terrain. The sand itself burns. This is the same spell he used as we were trying to escape
The worm, yep.
It deals 1d4 points of fire damage to any creature that ends its turn in the contact.
And the radius is?
The range is 100 feet, and the area is a 20-foot radius. So, of course, he's purposely not hitting any of us.
Right.
But capturing as many of them as possible.
20 feet radius, 100 feet
Down
range,
greater.
right? So
Yes.
this guy fell off, bounced off the Crowley, which ran. So these two you can get. All right. As Zephatok emerges behind the wagon, he lifts his hands. The sands erupt, and you see the one in front who is knocked off the Crowdlu still has his eyes on Nida. He runs toward her. There's a fervency, a fever in his eyes. He lifts a spear directly toward her. The one in the back is hit by that burst of light and sand. He staggers back and is damaged. Wow. Okay.
So Anala wants to, or I want to try to purposely slide down the face of the rock that is sheer and push off and launch myself at the one that's running at Nida.
Oh, let's go! All right, so let's make an acrobatics check here. So you're leaping off this rock, using that sheer surface and toward this guy, right? Yeah, that's a great. I love that. I love it. Come on, let's see what that roll is.
Drawn. My dagger is out and in my hand.
In your hand.
So I'm holding it so that the blade is against, is by my the blunt side is by my arm here, so that if I can brace myself like this and push my arm into him, that's my goal here.
You can. Let's see the roll. What do the dice say?
That's an 18 on the die. And
What, an 18? Really?
is a +6.
All right, so you leap off. That's a good look. Look at that angle. Let me change the cam angle here for the viewers. This is very real. So she's coming off from here. That's a good 45-degree angle to this combatant. You land squarely. That's a great roll. You're going to take damage from this fall as well, though. Just be aware. But roll your damage on that hit.
That's a 4.
4.
It's bone weapon.
He's already taken the blow. As you leap forward, tell me what that looks like. As you strike him powerfully with your blow, your blade severs. You're gonna take damage. Like, that's still coming, but you hammer into him, slamming him over as he runs toward Nida. Anala.
So Anala she comes to the edge of the rock and she slides down it, pushes off with her arm out, braces her one hand against her other here, and leaps for this guy, slamming into his chest and wrapping her legs around him as she comes down and pushing her arm against him to just push that blade into her and just yell, "Don't touch her."
He slumps over.
All I can hear is the say hi, buddy.
Next, who's not gone yet?
That was the guy that got knocked off, or just one?
That was the guy that knocked off. Yes.
Cool. Great. Nida's going to move up towards Anala, just place a hand on her. I guess because she's probably down on the ground having taken...
Yeah, she slams, and the damage she takes is 9 points. Anala, you hit the ground, you slam that blade into him, you hit his skull, you hit the ground, thunk, but you know what you've done is right. You feel it in your soul. You have defended but you take these 9 points of damage as you slam into the ground.
And as she says her words, she just slumps over to the ground.
Yep. I'm like, that's how much she has. Because
Wait. Did you have 9?
At her.
Did you have 9? Really?
I have 8 now because of my the con loss.
Rushing at Anala is going full Vita-san again, doing that treat deadly wounds conduit, using her second one that she now gets because she's level 2.
Let's go.
And is going to fully alight. Let's see what I roll on this one. Okay. That's an 18 on the die, which means plus 13 is a 31.
What?
That's 7 hit points back to her as Anala begins to fall and crumple. Nida, in one movement, reaches out, the water going across her tattoos, impacting her, making Anala's tattoo glow in response as she instead grabs her, pulls her into her.
Oh my gosh.
Keeping her up.
This is how we work together.
Anala. Respond. You feel it. You're slam. You hit the ground. The force. Your blow. You slay. You feel blood spurting over you as you hit the hard rocks of the Bandlands. You then feel this infusion of energy. You know who it is, Anala. You know.
And we always stand together. And I'm gonna pull her into me and then allow her to stand on her own because she probably isn't gonna want to stay in a hug.
Very much not. But she will hug you like quickly and fiercely, and just smile like, you know, just, and you can see on her face like she knew you had her back.
And she sends Nida looks over Anala's shoulder in that moment to the few that she can still see, and it's for the first time almost a wicked smile of, you fools.
You fools. Well said. And now
That's what Nida can do.
we switch scenes. Go ahead.
Did Lucius go?
No, he didn't. So after that encounter, you hear from yet the top of the cliffs, still playing the lute. This, just this beautiful voice coming out. In the realm of danger, they did appear, raiders and martyrs spreading fear. With swords and axes, they sought to loot, but did they know we'd give 'em a boot? Oh, gather round, brave warriors true. We sing a song of the battles we slew. With valor and might, we strike them down, kicking raiders' butt, wearing victory's crown. They stormed the village with wicked intent, but stood united, our strength unwaveringly bent. Our swords clashed with fury, shields held high, ready to defend, willing to defy. Oh, gather round, brave warriors true. We'll sing a song of the battles we slew. With valor and might, we strike them down, kicking raiders' butt, wearing victory's crown. With each swing of our blade, a thunderous sound, as we fought for our land, our sacred ground. Their leader trembled, their ranks did falter, as we showed them all the meaning of valor. Through the chaos and the dust, we press on, driven by justice, our splitting spirits strong. With a swift kick and battle cry, we sent those raiders flying to the sky. Oh, gather round, brave warriors true. We sing a song of the battles we slew. With valor and might, we strike them down, kicking raiders' butt, wearing victory's crown. Now their threat has been vanquished, and their reign no more. In tales of triumph, our glory will soar. So raise your voices and let victory ring, for this is the bard's song of triumph we sing.
You, Lucius, a inspiration bonus have. So add that your next roll. Any roll, 1d6. You can add any roll after this. Party. Final thoughts before I segue to another part of the story.
Just one. And was there any benefit gained from Skrit going up top? Did he affect that? I don't know how much Zephytok would be able to see, or if the body fell over.
No, so Skrit's not a combat foe, but Skrit
Right.
flits up and his insectile wings fluttering. He hammers into the body. Roll d20 for me, Roy.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I'd probably rather kill Zephytok than Skrit. 'Cause I just see bad things happening if I kill Skrit. 9.
9. So Skrit flies here. You can see this on the screen. He batters into the spearman, distracting him. He struggles. He bats Skrit away with the haft of his spear, knocks him out of the way of his sight of vision, pulls that spear back, and as he then throws the spear, as the remaining members of the raiding party fight and rage at this group, we go to something else. John, Demon Gund,
Yes.
please join us.
The
Working
tension
on
is
it.
building.
I'm camera.
Take your time. It's okay. We're doing things never done here before. It's okay.
Just been off for so long that it's a little.
All right. And why? Oh, you're not on yet.
Lucius, serenade us in the interlude.
You don't want me to. Lucius is level.
Oh,
building.
you
This is
stopped.
back and
You
back
stopped
now.
it.
Oh, I did. So I can't. Do I have to restart it?
I
Crud.
just re-enabled me.
Also, you probably noticed our cameras are all messed up.
Yeah, it's because he's adding.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey. Hey, Zeph ended up in the right spot.
He did. That's good. No one else?
Nope.
Kalak, your camera's not on?
I can't turn it on because you have.
All
made
right.
it
So
so it's
let's see here.
not. Try it.
Try that now.
Yeah, start my video. Yes,
There we go.
please. There you go.
Hello, friend.
All right. So let's put you here. And put you here. There we go.
Hey.
Kalak. Not your eyes. Your eyes have no lids. There's no fluttering open of eyes. It's consciousness which flutters open. Your compound eyes, as consciousness resumes, you find yourself in a room. Stone walls surround. You see guttering torches. You smell through your antenna strange scents. And you see a figure, unlike the others you've seen. This is a new figure standing over you. Oh, Ukraine. So interesting you are. You can speak as you wish, because I know you have no other power.
Halak, well, what does this person look like?
So you see a man standing about 6 feet tall over you. He's got a dark hooded cowl, a pasty-faced, almost equestrian in nature, like a broad, strong nose, deep chin, heavy jowls, leans over you. He's actually clutching some instruments. On one hand, he has a barbed hook. In the other hand, he has a bit of cloth, and you see water dripping from the cloth.
I'll tentatively reach out.
No, you
To his
can't.
mind.
You are bound. Your
No,
hands.
Not my hand, like with my mind.
Oh, okay.
To connect with it.
All right. So all your hands are bound. But you reach out, and yes, you can. You feel. Hello.
Release me.
Oh, it seems you're of great interest to our Sorcerer King. You tried to speak with the great Kalak, and even deign to call yourself Kalak? What hubris is this?
A pack chooses the name.
The
Pack.
Oh.
The name is older than your sorcerer king.
Oh, yes. Like your humors that you exert from your abdomen, the sense that you feel with your antennae. Such an interesting physiology you have. I understand. He holds the cloth. You struggle to breathe. He lays the cloth over your nostrils. It's wet. You feel immediately the panic of humidity and water over the only place you have to breathe. He lays it down, looks back with eyes wide with it.
Sputter and try to shake it off if I can move my head at all.
As you turn your head,
The moisture on the chitin makes it soften in a way that it's like if your ribs soften.
exactly. Yes,
And
it does.
Like his face actually would almost start to collapse slightly. I mean, I'd scream. I'd thrash. I try to get it off.
All right. As you do so you feel your head is restrained, as you see on the screen here. Your head's restrained as you try to. You can barely. The cloth remains wet across it. You try to breathe. Humidity going into your lungs. You have lungs. I understand you, Kreen, have two hearts. How amazing is it to have two hearts? Do they serve both sides? What happens if one is stopped? He pulls the cloth off. What happens if one heart is stopped?
We live. That's why there's two. We are hardier than us simple humans with their single organs.
Oh. Hardier? You are hardier than we simple humans. Is that right?
Those of the dunes.
You don't seem terribly hardy. You seem quite weak. In fact, I understand you are very sensitive. He pulls out something from a pouch. You see leaves. You immediately know. Ranike. These are leaves from a ranike tree. You don't like this. He touches. Go ahead.
I thrash. I try to get free, and as he approaches me with it, Kalak is going to try to. He tries to focus his mind.
All right.
Right, like I'm connected with the guy, but I'm trying to,
yeah. You're talking to him. Yeah.
and my single point of focus is just that the pain is a desert wind on my carapace. It will blow by, but it will not penetrate.
Very nice.
And so Kalak tries to steal himself from the pain.
All right. Roll d20 and add your con bonus and give me the roll, please.
I can do that.
You struggle. You strive. And yet the moisture penetrating. And then as he pulls out these boughs of the tree, he lights them. Smoke emanates from them. And he begins to hover the smoke from these ranike leaves beneath your antennae. As they strike your antennae, you feel a jarring, a noxiousness, a vicious, horrible, one of the most uncomfortable feelings you've ever felt in your entire existence. He seems to be tapping into, and he speaks to humors So we're gonna go OOC here, pheromones, right? But he's not calling them pheromones, humors, he says. As he does so, they are connecting with your antennae. As he burns them into them, you feel this nauseousness and this pain, and there's a giddiness in his laughter, and he's leaving open the connection. It's open, it's wide open. He's laughing at you.
Get it away!
He pours it in deeper.
Like, kill me if you're going to kill me. No more.
He pulls out. It looks like a dagger at first. But then you look, it's actually a wand. Stop it, Becca. Becca's on fire with the private Discord chats. Or private, so he pulls out, it's not a dagger. It's actually a wand. Experimentation is my desire. I've oft wondered what it is you are made of. These humors that exude from your abdomen. 2 hearts that you have. I have been brought here because we know you are no danger. You are the most unfortunate of your kind. You have no psionic powers. You can only talk. I'm sorry. How pitiful you are.
I won.
Yes, but you
I won.
deign to speak to Kalak. You tried to speak to the Sorcerer King, you foolish bug.
He spoke first with his sign language.
He spoke first. Oh, I forgot to tell him that. Oh, that changes everything. How foolish of me. He spoke first. I should have known that. He pulls out what looked like a dagger. You see it actually has it's a wand. Electricity moves across the edge. He holds it toward your antenna.
Can I try to break free?
All right, make a d20 roll, please.
Just nat 20.
Tell me if it's nat 20.
Do it.
You can do it.
We believe in you.
Come on, dude. Kalak's super strong. Okay.
He is. You pull against the bonds.
Is it a skill or is it just a strength?
This narrow wand comes closer and closer to your antenna.
Oh gosh, here we go. 19 plus 4.
23.
23.
As you yank against the bonds, you realize one of your arms has been broken. Carapace snapped.
I was wondering about the hammer thing earlier.
Yep, exactly. One has already been broken. The hammer snapped one, already the yellow pus coming up, forming the scar wounds, trying to heal the carapace. As the electricity then comes, you cannot break free from that. That's not good enough. It touches on the antenna. The sensation starts with a low, tingling hum. To you, it's initially disconcerting. A buzzing feeling in your antenna. Like an unexpected vibration in the chest or in the head. Your auditory senses are displaced. You hear a creak here, a thump there, a sound, a distant cry. Everything, a cacophony in your head. As the buzz intensifies, there's an electric shriek that comes through your head. It reverberates through your body. You feel it going through your carapace. Your antenna begin to twitch violently, turn like a storm in stinging sand. An arc of electricity goes between the antenna, assaulting your senses.
scream. Lots.
Telepathically?
No, both. Right? If this guy's goal is to hear me scream in his mind, he's getting a lot of it.
The world spins and blurs.
Scream and thrash.
You thrash, you pull, you cry. You're 19, not enough. Broken arm, realizing more pus coming from that arm. Your body writhes in response. It's a dance of raw pain, instinctual desire to free yourself from this. You are bombarded with pain. Through the chaos of this ordeal, you feel something. Through your antenna, there's a click. Something is unlocked.
Physically or in my head or?
Through the chaos of this ordeal, something in your mind is unlocked. In a hyper-focused state from pain, like a single point of calm in the tempest. It's survival, it's instinct, it's nothing more. From deep within you, a previously unknown force awakens. Like a dormant volcano erupting, there's a sudden piece of the landscape in your psyche which becomes aware, sending shockwaves through your mental acknowledgement of what's happening to you. It's a raw, primal sensation that you feel. Power, determination. You have Ego Whip as a wild talent.
Ooh.
You feel it unlocked. There was nothing else that could have unlocked it. You had a latent talent here, but only the pain could bring this to you. You feel this psionic energy flowing through you, something so many of your kin had, you had not had, but the pain of this electric shock into your antenna unlocks it, grows it inside you. You feel egoic, a pure, brilliant, burning lash of energy inside your mind. The man over you laughs. Oh, we shall play with the humors. Reproductive organs can be extracted from your abdomen. He begins to reach down toward your abdomen with a scalpel.
I take him to the dunes. I take his mind and I create the Thrycreen Pack Dunescape as our battleground.
Roll d20. Big one. If you have, do you have any pluses, John? There is a raw roll here happening here. This is important. Like this roll matters.
All of them.
No, he has. I see zeros across. Oh, Kalak has 5. He does.
Yeah, he's the only one who has any.
He's the only one. Okay, so this roll matters.
On this dude, Mr. Torture Face. 16 plus 5 for 21, but I don't know what stat, if any, is added to that.
All right, so describe to me more what you mean when you say you take him to the dunes.
So he right now is in his place of safety and concern. I take him to my psyche's fortress, which is the empty, unending dunes that whose sand will erode the pink flesh to nothingness in days. Right? It's where Thrycreen can go, where man cannot. It's the ancestral memory birthplace. That's what.
As you do this, you reach out. You see suddenly a wall of water comes up before that, trying to obscure that landscape. Roll d20 again, please. You see there's a struggle. You feel this psychic battle happening. Actually, roll d6. Give me the roll of d6, and then give me the d20 roll.
Okay. 6 is a 4. D20 is an 11.
You see his head snap back. His head lolls over, and you feel you have him in your control. He had no idea you would have psychic ability. He was not psionic. This man was a mage and a torturer, had no psionic power, expected you to have no psionic power. This is the first time you've seen him. He was unleashed upon you because he thought you had no psionic power. He was completely helpless. He now stands before you. You have access to his psyche.
Oh man, I just have ego whip, so I think that just does damage, right? I can't like.
Yeah, you
can't try to convince him to do something.
No, you have slammed him, ego whipped him. He is standing basically helpless.
I can't kill him because then I'll still be stuck. Can I? What am I gonna do? This is tough.
And that's where we'll end tonight. Episode 5 of Blue Box. Oh, so fun.
Kalak in the mindscape is like getting ready to just like bite the guy's head off, and he's like, "Wait, I'll be stuck if I kill this guy. How does this work?"
I love it. Well done. Well played. So much fun. All right, so we will end there tonight. And what a game. Nope, got to go to 6 here. 1 second. There it is.
You don't have your half an hour to torture Kalak.
I wanted to. I really did. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you for all the support. It was amazing tonight. Great support from the viewers and the chatters. I know it was a little bit tough because we lost our stream in the middle of it when we were struggling with our connection. But thank you so much, Kurt. Thank you, Alexander, Fraley. All of this. Hall of Fame right there. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Wasn't this? This terrain was absolutely insane. Look at what Fraley gave us, Patrick. So gorgeous. I mean, this stuff is amazing, and it's not done. The combat's still not done. The encounter with Kalak is still not done. So this will be back next time. We will not be here with you on the 4th because it's 4th of July, so we're going to be out. We'll be back off that, and I will have more consistency after the stream because we've not been consistent. I know that. I'm sorry. But we will be very consistent coming back from the 4th. And yes, it's all great. Thank you so much, June. Thank you, Boba. Thank you, everyone, for all the support. Let's jump to who should be stay on. Don't jump from us, John. Stream MVP tonight is going to come up, and we will give away a Tailspire license, and that is going to be hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. I believe I've already set that up. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. And type that in. I'm going to make sure it's working. It is not working. Hang on. So let me reset. I'm going to refresh it.
Technology.
It does that sometimes when I start it too early. I started it like 6 hours ago, so it wasn't ready. So hashtag.
Kalak, you're a fighter. What's your class? You muted.
Except I'm muted.
All right. Try again. Hashtag blue. If you typed it, type it again, please.
He's gonna go fighter then ranger then fighter, probably. Or fighter then ranger then fighter then ranger. Because Pathfinder.
Because.
And getting all of the 2-weapon fighting things is a huge pain. It's a huge.
All right, it's working now. So hashtag BlueBoxRPG, and let's go around because I promised Becca we would finish on time tonight. Even though I want to play for 3 more, I could literally play for 3. I never feel this. I always want to go to bed. I'm always tired. Tonight I'm wired. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play.
It's probably that Red Bull you've been sipping on.
I've been sipping on, like, this is my second Red Bull. It is, yes. It's coming back from vacation, honestly. Like all this, like I've got so many ideas. I'm so excited about this campaign. It's going to get better and better and better. Hopefully,
More and more of us die.
some of you are alive. Yeah,
Ron,
it's
what
gonna
is this that I hear that Rory's telling me that we're all going to go on one big family holiday together to Europe next year?
Yep,
Yep.
it's true.
Sweet.
Yep, yeah, it's already agreed. We are.
I guess I said that.
All right, so Who should be stream MVP?
frozen on my-
If you vote for them, they get 100 experience points that's added to their total. That could help. Who's close to leveling up? Who's within 100 points of leveling up? All right, so the something with all the sass is within 100 points of leveling up. Tell us why you should be stream MVP.
My bardic rhyme. I serenaded everyone. I also walked away instead of strangling Nida.
Yeah.
Let's see. I tried to get Tick killed off because it was for the greater good, and he's
Clearly.
out of the water, and now I'm gonna die because of it. So, but also that rhyme, like let's not.
Oh, that rhyme was. I love that. You know, I give XP for that. You've seen that already. Like, I make notes of all these things every time someone does a clever thing or rhymes. I love it. So you will be rolling for Katie. Sweet KT 420 now on Ford, the newest player on our Fall of Red Dawn stream. Katie, let us know if you're still here because you will be in the mix for the giveaway. John Kalak. I ran Tailspire by myself tonight, but there was not much to do. You are always the most elegant runner of all things Tailspire. Also, the most incredible. Good, sweet Katie. Good to see her here. Incredible guy. Our master kit's coming soon. You're going to be on with us tomorrow night for the grappling.
Yep, new and improved fancy grappling discussion will be tomorrow. It's pretty neat.
Why should
It's
be
not a
stream
romance
MVP?
grappling chart.
Oh no, that's coming. I'm working on that. That's my private project. Yes,
That sounds like a
Let me
much more
say,
fun thing to talk
Lucius's
about.
abs.
and that will be launched on my last Twitch stream. So it'll be my final Twitch stream when I launch my romance grappling chart. I will get banned, and then we'll be no more Twitch. So yeah. Why should you be stream MVP?
Oh, I mean, no one gets tortured like me. I
Worse.
I got to cringe for like just like wince.
All right, so you're rolling for Natasha.
Horrible. Yeah. Okay.
All right, you got it. All right, Amanda. Why should Anala be stream MVP?
And Nala should be stream MVP purely for, taking that guy's head off as she launched herself off a cliff at him.
That was glorious. That was Cade style. That was Jenny's, that was glorious. All right, you're rolling for Boba Kiln. All right, Manda, why do you think that Nida should be stream MVP with Ashlyn? I want you to tell me why you think she should be stream MVP.
You're making her talk twice.
I am.
She's gonna hate
I am.
you.
Because she stood up for Anala and came to her rescue first this time, and she put herself as bait, even though she's going to get some words for that. But yeah, she did good.
She did really, really good. And yes, I know I made her talk twice, but that was intentional. She is killing it tonight. Anything else you'd like to add, Ashlyn?
About Anala, yes.
No, about Nida. Why you should be stream MVP.
I don't know. She stuck to her guns despite everyone being very annoyed with her. She's sticking with her code and making sure that people aren't being left to just die in the desert. And that moment of catching Anala after she leapt off a cliff to kill someone coming for her is a moment I need in art form.
What's that mean?
What do you mean? What's that mean? I
In art
need
form,
to be able to visually see the
We want
the
fan art of
water
it.
and the
Yeah, we want it
tattoos
drawn.
glowing.
I'm saying we want to see that art. Yes.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Tick. Why should you be stream MVP?
Tick should be stream MVP because he isn't killing the party. He does need water, but he hasn't drank any to not let the others die of dehydration like he is doing. He didn't climb a cliff as much as he could have. Him and Zephatok created a ambush plan that worked out quite well, including a small boulder to the chest of the rider, and the character of Tick coming out with. Again, he has particulars about who he sees, maybe not as weak, but potentially defenseless, and so he finds those to be absolutes. You don't attack the defenseless; you just don't. So he pummeled the boulder right into the raider.
Yeah, well done. But there was more. The stars, the collapsing on watch.
Oh, yeah, there is the collapsing. and the stars, the
Nearly
shinies in
dying.
the sky.
Yeah.
Again.
His RP with Nida. Sorry, it's there. I see it, Nida.
I would like the chat to know that
I
I
am
wrote
body
it
tick.
phonetically in my Zoom name.
I am body tick. Except for my size.
Wait, what? Phonetically what?
I wrote my Nida
Oh, you did, yes.
phonetically
Zoom, yeah.
in
Ha-
my Zoom name.
Have I messed it up tonight? I have not, right?
No, I
You
just
have not. It is
Yeah.
it's just
Did.
wrong.
It's just
That is why
Rory,
I should have
okay.
Stream MVP so I can help pronounce these words.
All right, so is Unremarkable Flesh Bag in the chat because Nida has Unremarkable Flesh Bag? Are you in there? If not, we'll have to roll for someone else. Yep, you are. Okay,
yep,
great.
I see him.
All right, and then Rory, you have
I have.
August Larry Kingra. Every single week he's in. All right, so let's roll and get Becca out of here before the sass comes at me. Becca, start us off. Stream MVP vote should be up.
We learned at Blue Box Con you got to kiss the dice first
Right.
for good luck. So that was a 9. That was not good. Sorry. And that was for Katie.
A 9 for Sweet KT 420. All right. Let's go to you, Kalak.
Rolling for Natasha. And 11.
11. Okay. Not bad. Let's go to you, Amanda.
I'm rolling for Bobakin, and that's 18.
18. Boba Kiln, you are in the lead. Let's go to you, Nida,
I am rolling for Unremarkable Flesh Bag.
who is quite remarkable.
Quite remarkable. Sorry, buddy. It's a 13.
Ah. All right. Boba Kiln still in the lead. You are last up, Rory.
Larry Kingdra got 16.
Boba Kiln, you are the winner of the giveaway. Congrats. I think I have your info, but if not, make sure I have it. Text me in the Discord and make sure I have your info.
Welcome to Tailspire.
Yes, and you got the Tailspire license coming to you, my friend. It's going to get better. We have a John. Can you give the fans a preview into what we're working? Just like a real high. Like,
so I don't know if any of you use Tailspire plugins, but the current model for Tailspire plugins is you go and you download them all, and then you have to tell all your friends which plugins to get, and then you have to coordinate to make sure everybody has the right plugins, and it really sucks. Because then if you load up a board and you have your plugins turned off, it can corrupt things, and it's just it's not the greatest experience. And so I'm working with John and one of the best plugin developers out there, HoloFox, and we're basically going to try to create like our own little Tailspire plugin kit, where you just download one thing, your friends download the one thing, and it just has everything in it that you need.
And we're calling it currently the Master Kit. I think we have a better name coming, but
we'll
yeah.
figure something out. What's neat is we have actually talked to the Tailspire developers, so we have an actual conversation happening, letting them know what our plans are, and they can tell us what their plans are. The real key thing about it is there's new symbiotes that they have released with Tailspire, but we will be beyond the scope of anything that can be done with this.
Exactly. It's going to be one
kind of
button
an
click.
important distinction.
Rory, you've already got a sense of this. I've connected with you. I've given you some plugins. You see how quick those are. Like I noticed your Zero Base, HoloFox did all that. The board switching, like we're creating something where it's going to be a dream. It's going to be better than WotC could ever do. We're going to make something here.
Whoa.
No, I'm dropping that. Yeah, I am. Like, come at me, WotC, bro. I'm serious. Like what we're doing here with Tailspire, it's going to be better than you can get anywhere else. We will make something which is designed for, you know why? Because it's not about money for us. It's about the love of the game. And I can say that about Johnny Ree and Baggers and Jason, they are not about the money. They're about creating great tools for the game. And we're doing the same thing here. We're going to make something for the gamers that is going to blow this community away. All right. There is still, oh, no, it's done. Oh, that was so close. 877. Lucius, you are stream MVP. Congrats, Becca. Bravo, bravo.
That was the most Dark Sun I've ever seen.
What's that mean?
Well, just the whole like, dude, he takes up too much water. He hasn't really proved his value. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was very, very Dark Sun tonight, no doubt about it. And I love the role play. You guys were awesome. So we're gonna get ready and raid here. In the last few minutes, I would like all of you, if you would, please speak to our mad chatters who support us, give bits. Although actually, you guys were kind of soft on the bits tonight, chatters. I didn't see you too much coming, but you know, it's mid-month, getting in the other. Yes, love always. Talk to the chatters, and I'm gonna get ready for our raid.
You guys are amazing. Thank
So
you.
amazing.
Y'all are the best.
Thanks, everybody.
There's no bend like that.
Rory's struggling to make a heart.
No, but man, the way Amanda did it,
What? What's wrong with
both
the way
of you do it. I guess I can kind
I do.
I had to learn it.
Don't do it like
Yeah.
this. Why?
Yeah.
No, mine's like weird shape.
You got a lumpy.
Mine's like my
My
hips. Mine's
hands
is
are
square.
like, is like.
Hold on. Heart.
I got the heart.
Wait, what? Okay, now
I got that.
mind blown. All right, so we're rating Loot Die Repeat. 10 seconds. If you're not following right now, or if you're a follower and you've not subbed, if you're a sub whose sub has expired, if you're not subbed and in our chat, in our Discord, if you're not following us in our website, we have one question for you tonight. What are you doing? Give us a follow, give us a sub. Tomorrow night, grappling, live testing with John. We'll have Robert, we'll have Vivi. We're going to do a cool live test of our new grappling system tomorrow night. I got to prep for it. It's going to be amazing. And then next week, well, no, 2 weeks from now, we'll resume with the combat happening in the valley, the torture of Kalak, and what happens after the ego whip. It's going to be so much fun.
I gotta
Blue
look
box.
that up now.
Yeah, you got to. All right. Blue box.
Okay,
We'll be
good
back.
night.
See you tomorrow night. Bye, guys.
But not.
Good night. Bye-bye. Adios. That's
Adios.
nap time.